Welcome to HFY Vault channel. Real stories, real feelings. If you feel something today, stay with us.
High above the blue and green planet, Lyra's spaceship floated silently. She had traveled across many galaxies, seen many worlds, but nothing like this. From space, Earth looked small and fragile, but alive. Clouds moved like soft white rivers, oceans sparkled like liquid glass, and tiny lights flickered in the dark, showing where humans lived. Lyra's large eyes widened as she studied the humans below. They were strange creatures. They built tall buildings, flew in metal birds called airplanes, and moved quickly from place to place. Some humans were kind, helping each other, others were cruel, fighting and shouting. Lyra tilted her head. She could not understand them. Why do they destroy, yet they care, she wondered. Her spaceship hovered silently over a city. She observed a market where humans exchanged goods. Some laughed, some argued, but all seemed busy with life. A small girl caught Lyra's attention. She looked around curiously, her eyes wide with wonder. Lyra felt something unfamiliar, an emotion she did not have a name for. The girl noticed a strange light in the sky. Her hand pointed upwards. "Mom! Look!" she shouted. Lyra's heart, if aliens had hearts, skipped a beat. The humans below were curious. Brave, even. The little girl did not run away or scream. She simply stared. Lyra realized that this tiny creature, so fragile, had courage. This was not fear. It was curiosity. Lyra decided to move closer. She adjusted the spaceship and descended slowly, keeping the engines silent. The closer she got, the more she saw. Humans hugged each other. They cried. They laughed. Some helped strangers carry heavy things. Some gave food to people who had none. This small planet had chaos, yes, but also care. It was confusing and beautiful. A sudden movement on the streets caught Lyra's eye. A dog ran through a crowd, chasing a ball. Humans stopped to watch, laughed, and called the dog's name. Lyra tilted her head. She had never seen creatures care so much for something so small. A strange feeling stirred inside her. She was learning something new. The little girl from before ran after the dog and paused, looking directly at the sky. Lyra's light reflected in her eyes. The girl gasped, pointing at the spaceship. Lyra froze. For the first time, she felt noticed. She had always been an observer, never part of a world. But now, someone saw her. Lyra hesitated. Should she reveal herself? Or should she wait? Curiosity battled caution inside her. She finally made a decision. Slowly, she opened the small hatch of her spaceship and stepped out, invisible to human eyes. She wanted to understand them. To learn their secrets. The night sky watched quietly as Lyra began her first steps toward humanity. She did not yet know how her presence would change her or them, but she felt something deep inside. Something big. Something extraordinary. Humanity was bigger than she had imagined. The forest was quiet, almost too quiet. Lyra had landed far from the city, where humans were few and the trees whispered with the wind. She walked carefully, her feet barely touching the soft moss. Every sound seemed sharper here, the rustle of leaves, the distant call of a bird, even the crack of a falling branch. Lyra's eyes scanned the area. The humans here were different. They were not rushing or shouting. They were small, busy with simple tasks, gathering food, lighting fires, talking in soft voices. She observed them, curious. They looked fragile, yet there was a strange strength in their movements. Suddenly, a movement caught her attention. The little girl from the city, she had followed Lyra somehow. Her eyes were wide, filled with both fear and wonder. She did not run away, though. She stepped closer, slowly, holding a small stick in her hand as if it could protect her. Lyra froze. No human had ever approached her like this before. The girl stopped a few feet away. She tilted her head, studying Lyra with curiosity. Lyra tried to communicate, but words failed her. Instead, she raised her hand slowly, a universal gesture of peace. The girl mirrored it, a small smile forming on her lips. Lyra's mind raced. She had studied thousands of species across galaxies, but humans, they were unpredictable. One moment fragile, the next courageous. They could laugh, cry, help, hurt, but always, they felt deeply. Something stirred in her, something unfamiliar. Empathy. Before she could take another step, a sudden noise erupted from the forest. A wild animal, a large, angry creature, charged toward them. The girl froze, but Lyra acted instinctively. She extended a small shield, glowing softly, just enough to scare the creature away. The girl gasped and hugged her knees, trembling. Lyra knelt down, keeping her shield ready but lowering it. She realized the human strength was not in their power, but in their courage. Even when scared, they faced the world, helped each other, and never gave up. The girl looked at her and whispered, "Are you lost?" Lyra nodded slightly. She had never been understood so quickly. The night deepened, and stars shone above like distant fires. Lyra watched the girl return to her small camp, calling softly to her family. Humans cared for each other, even strangers. They shared food, warmth, and stories. Every action, no matter how small, carried meaning. Lyra felt a shift inside her. Her mission was observation, but now, she wanted more. She wanted to understand them fully, to see the goodness buried in chaos. Humanity was not perfect, but it was alive. Real. Powerful in ways she had never imagined. She stayed hidden, watching the humans sleep under the stars. And for the first time, she felt something like hope. Perhaps, in this fragile world, she could find answers not in technology or logic, but in hearts. Humanity was teaching her something no star or planet ever had, something bigger than she had ever imagined. The first light of dawn painted the forest in soft orange and pink. Lyra stood at the edge of the clearing, watching humans wake. Birds chirped, fires glowed faintly, and humans moved slowly, rubbing their eyes, stretching, smiling. She had spent a night observing them, learning them, feeling something she never thought she could. Humans were fragile, yes. But they were also brave. They smiled in pain, helped strangers, and faced dangers they did not fully understand. Lyra remembered the little girl, how she had stared at her without fear, how she had whispered words full of curiosity and courage. That small human had shown Lyra more than years of observation could ever teach. Lyra stepped closer, finally visible, but the humans did not scream. They paused, eyes wide, unsure. Lyra felt a strange warmth inside. She raised her hand gently. One of the humans, the little girl, stepped forward. "You're not scary," she said softly. "You just want to see." Lyra nodded. She wanted to understand them, yes. But she also wanted to remember. Remember the hope, the kindness, the courage that humans carried even in the smallest acts. She realized something important: humanity was bigger than any alien technology, any starship, any galaxy she had ever seen. A sudden sound reminded her she did not belong here forever. Her spaceship, hidden behind trees, needed to depart. But before she left, she recorded a message to her planet. Her voice, calm and full of wonder, described what she had learned. Humans fight, yes. They hurt, yes. But they also heal. They care. They love. Even the smallest act of kindness can change the world. She looked one last time at the humans below. The girl waved. Lyra waved back, feeling something like hope swell in her chest. Then, she turned and climbed back into her ship. Engines whispered, lights shimmered, and the spaceship rose silently into the sky. From above, humans looked like tiny dots, fragile yet alive. Lyra smiled. She had seen empires crumble, planets fall, species vanish. But Earth, with all its imperfections, had something rare: resilience, courage, and heart. She knew she would tell her people about it. About humans. About hope. As the ship disappeared into the clouds, the humans below saw only a shooting star streak across the sky. They never knew how close they had come to their first contact. Lyra, however, carried the memory of humanity in her heart, a lesson she would never forget. Humanity was bigger than she had ever imagined. And she, forever changed, would never see the universe the same way again.
More feelings are coming. Like, subscribe, and don't miss them.